Okay, Shalom Akim, Kahalayim La Yahabashim Yashabashim Kakudash, and double honest agreements and apostles. Thouday how share for the strength in order to make this video. And it's the brother Ratazar Raha Halawaya. And that's the basic Hebrew introduction. Kahalayim La meaning all praises to. Kal means all, Halali means praises, La means to. Then Yahweh is the name of the Most High Yahweh. Yes, Salakia. Which Salakia means forgive me, or saying sorry. Yahweh is the name of the Most High, of whom the world ignorantly calls God, and his name means he is, or he exists, or he is to be. And Yahweh is the name of our Messiah, of which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And of course his name means he delivers, as in he will deliver the Israel, man, which really first is pertaining to the deliverance of the elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3 reference in Revelation 14, and of course Revelation 14 and Zechariah 13 and 9. But to the point of the video, this one, of course, will be short because majority of it, I did speak on it on the part one, but I wanted to bring out like two more precepts as well as the benefits of fasting as well, man. You know, because I think I named part one fasting and food management, because we know that as we also eat this food, it's also ideal. The reason why fasting is also beneficial is because of the fact that you give your body time to actually process the food. Hence why, you know, there are different types of fastings that we got nowadays. We've got intermittent fasting, you know, that's the 16 hours. You got 16 hours, and then I think you rest, not rest, but you eat within an 8-hour window, then you fast for 16-hour windows. Then you got 21 by 4, 21 hours you don't eat, 4-hour window you eat. So of course you have 21 hours in order to process all that food. You know, let's say if you do have a heavy nutrient dense meal ideally. And so that's intermittent fasting. Then there's also the alternate day fasting, where one day you eat, the next day you fast, then the third day you eat, the fourth day you fast, if you get what I mean. So one day eat, the next day you fast. That's alternate day fasting, man. You know, 1-to-1 ratio right there. So, you know, every brother has their own thing, you know. I think certain elders as well, they also fast probably like once a week, you know, during a 24-hour fast. It may be dry or with water. But the thing is, because your body's still digesting water some way, you know, processing it, which really, you know, the water nowadays doesn't really have much nutrients inside of it. Hence why, if you do the research, you gotta try and have more electrolytes in your food, man. You know, you can get electrolytes from fruits, bananas. I think citrus fruits as well have electrolytes. Watermelons, that's another example. As well as also adding salt to your food when you cook as well, man. You know, normally when I have my breakfast, you know, Yaratas. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. You know, just to calm down on the sodium, which is really just referring to salt. Where I put salt on the eggs as I'm frying them, and pretty much just for the sake of having electrolytes in my system. And once the salt is then digested, then you know that'll be part of the energy that you'll have in your body, man. These are the things that were supposed to be in the water that we drank, you know, as it were back in the day. But you know, when I say back in the day, I'm talking about Yahushua's time and before. But nowadays, you know, that's what we gotta do. We gotta use other things in order to get the nutrients within our foods, man. You can't just drink water. That's just if that just goes through you, man. You know, when you're drinking water. But in terms of fasting, so I mentioned intermittent fasting, alternate day fasting. And what was the third one? Oh yeah, extended fasting. That's the one where you fast a whole 24 hours. You know, you go. Sometimes it's a few days, like 2-3 days. I'll say extended fasting is like when you do 2 or 3 days, anyways, man. So you do 2 or 3 days. You know, that's an extended fast. As I said, you could also consider 24 hours as also an extended fast as well, depending on your level. But if you've done like 24 hours for a few times, then 2-3 days is really an extended fast where you truly gain those benefits of autophagy. I think Apostle also mentioned this in a previous video as well, or previous camp video really, where he mentioned which really, if you research it, autophagy is just the recycling of old damaged cells or old protein cells. So when these cells are recycled, they can then be used in order to create new cells as well. And for the 3-day fast, which is the most potent of fasts, that's where you start to produce stem cells. and which these stem cells are undifferentiated cells, meaning, or unspecialized cells, meaning when you then come to that point, obviously this is for brothers of whom you want to train yourself to do the 3 day fast. It will help to replace old damaged cells. For instance, it may even be an eye, because as I said in the previous video, which I will continue with that story, it's a short one anyways, where the optician, yeah, I'll get to it right now. The optician, when I went to them to ask, go for an eye check, my less dominant eye, which is my right eye really, is I asked, is it possible for me to naturally strengthen it, improve it, get that visual acuity? I think that's what they call it, visual acuity, or yeah, visual acuity to improve, so that I can be as strong as my left eye, which is my dominant eye. So the thing with that is, they said no, and as I said in the other video, again, considering the fact that they're in the what do they call it, optometry industry or something, optometric industry, really the industry related to eye health, and glasses, of course. So they ain't gonna tell you the truth, or they may not even know about the truth. Certain of the younger, don't even know what to call them, optometrists. I'm gonna just call them optometrists for now. So they said no, I can't improve the least dominant eye, the weaker eye. But then, obviously when you do research upon fasting, you start to see things like, okay, autophagy happens, between days 2 and 3, or even on day 3, and also you start to research certain vegetables, like carrots and zeaxanthin. Well, carrots, spinach, and kale. Those are the 3 things which I knew, okay, I've got to try these 3 things, to improve my eyesight. And what I needed to do as well was to cut off the sugar as well, because sugar is also a contributing factor to the blurry vision too. So one way is either if you eat sugar, you gotta have a way to burn it as well. So that's gotta be something. Either that, or you counterbalance it with the carrots and the green leaves. Ideally, obviously within those days where you're preparing for the fast, is to cut off the sugar or reduce the amounts of sugar you're eating. So as going back to the story, they said that I couldn't heal my less dominant eye. But within the 3 day fast, of which I prepared for it by making sure my last meal was carrots, kale, and spinach. It was like a bowl of them. I was just, scooping it. Obviously, these are bitter vegetables, but with the bitterness, that's when you get the profit. So you gotta be patient with it. So I ate, spinach, kale, as well as some carrots as well. And then after that being as a final meal, I then went on to do the 3 day fast, man. Which, as I said, it helps you produce stem cells. Those stem cells are unspecialized cells that helps you in order to basically, those stem cells can turn into any type of cells within your body. It can turn into cells which can help with muscle. It can turn into cells which can help with the eye cells, because cells create tissues create muscles or skin, or basically the whole I don't know what the specific name is, but the point is it goes from cells to tissues to muscle, man. A collection of tissues. So yeah, but the point is with those stem cells, they can replace the damaged cells, of which may have not been healed in some time. So that's why after I did the 3 day fast, and then also considering the carrots, the kale, the spinach, because they got lutein, zeaxanthin, which are 2 key components for the eye health. My right eye actually, which is the less dominant eye, actually became as strong as my left eye, man. So that alone already told me, okay. So all I need to do was literally just cut off the sugar, eat more carrots, eat more spinach as well, and eventually, do the 3 day fast in order to let my body actually do the healing and process it. Instead of focusing on processing food, it's focusing on healing my eyes. And then, Daraki Haba Shimyao Shai, I was able to, well, he allowed, obviously through his will, I was allowed to get my eyes healed, man. Through Haba Shimyao Shai, because without him, you ain't even going to be able to have the knowledge, nor the intuition to say, okay, let's try this and then make this happen. As the scriptures say, man's goings of the Lord, man. So 3 days it healed. Then I realized, oh, okay, this actually feels pretty good because right eye was stronger, well, as strong as my left eye. Because when you cover one eye, as they do in the optometrist, that's to test how strong each eye is, and even just to do that. But one thing is healing it. The even greater challenge is maintaining it as well, because of course you then start eating food, and sometimes if you don't exercise a lot or maintain that diet, you know the eye then weakens again. So it's like a daily fight, man. As we are in this truth. So then we get these two precepts. As I said, this shouldn't be too long since I already talked about the benefits, certain benefits, in our fasting video too. So I gotta get Psalms 109. I think Psalms 35 as well. Because that, even when that happened, I was like, damn. So that means what she was saying, which was it was a female optometrist. I think that's the name again. When she told me you can't heal the weak eye, you can't heal the less dominant eye. I was like, okay, you could suit yourself then. I'm gonna try this the natural way, because as the scripture says, Yahweh Shem Yahshua created herbs and medicine from the earth, so you might as well use it. Kale, that comes from the earth. You can grow that. Spinach as well. Obviously, I went to the supermarket to get it. I'm not saying that I got a plant. I'm not saying that I got seeds to plant kale, which you can do that as well. You can do that. Obviously, us being in this society, sometimes we take advantage of the convenience of going to the supermarket and getting these ingredients, man. And Yara Tazar, you can get organic whole ingredients, man, whole foods. But yeah, let's get Psalms 35. Or even Psalms 109 first. Let's get Psalms 109 and see what's up. Yeah, man, that shows you, man, what Esau says. Don't fear him. That's the thing. Do not fear him. Go and do your own research, and then you'll see the benefits from doing that research, man. Remember, Scripture says knowledge shall increase. We can use that knowledge in order to look after the temporary vessels of which we have. Alright, where's Psalms 109, man? So yeah, as it says here, Psalms 109 verse 24, my knees are weak through fasting, my flesh faileth for fatness. That's another thing as well, as well as the other benefits of fasting, as well as just healing the body. There's also the benefits of weight loss as well, because you're able to cut down on the fat. Another thing too, cold showers on a continuous basis too. Probably more so cold baths, at a certain threshold of temperature. Cold baths, I'll say, or maybe cold showers too, but I need to do more research on that. Would help you benefit in actually burning the thing. Actually, yeah, it is cold showers, because I remember watching a video based on a doctor. I think either Dr. Sten Ekberg or Dr. Stein something. One of those prominent doctors on YouTube. But the point is, cold showers, cold baths, they help to burn fat as well. Just like that, fasting also helps to burn fat too. It says, my knees are weak through fasting, and my flesh faileth of fatness. And yeah, as you also do the fast, you gotta be careful too, man. Like if you get too jumpy as well, maybe walk too briskly or not too briskly. I mean, it depends. Walk too briskly or go for a run, which I do not exercise whilst I'm fasting. I'm just, let me just do the fast and focus on the fast. Then after I start refueling, then I start exercising. So, but the point is, it says my knees are weak through fasting, and yes, it does happen. When brothers may start their fast 24 hours, 2 days, 3 days, they will feel the weakness, man. That's the thing. But in that weakness, that's your body also entering a mode to create stem cells and to reach autophagy, which is the recycling of your old cells to create new ones, man. So it says it, and my flesh faileth for fatness. Yeah, so of course, even just looking at it literally, the fat, yeah, it does help with weight loss, man. When you fast, your body starts to eat the fat, and eventually, after using the initial glucose, then it eats the fat. And of course, for those who overdo it, that's when the flesh literally starts to wear away. So, you can't be over righteous with the fasting, man. Or don't be over much wise, as the scriptures say. So, that's that point right there, man, that, it does weaken the flesh, but the spirit is also strengthened as you're fasting too. So, and as I said in the other video, man, intuition goes up, man. That's because your spirit is also being refined and strengthened as you fast as well, because you're not giving, strength to the flesh either. Right, so let me get one more preset and I'm going to close out. As I said, the main point was in the other video. But before that, I need to mention something. Hold on. Yeah, I need to mention the other benefits. So there's weight loss, there's healing, cellular repair. That's autophagy, recycling the old cells, the old proteins for the new ones. That it also helps with brain health too. There's a thing called neurogenesis. If you fast long enough, you're able to actually, which I'll say even I mean, as I said, man, 2 to 3 days is really when you start to feel these benefits really. But 24 hours, if you're a beginner, you will feel the benefits too. So, but either way, some form of fasting, you will feel a certain form of benefits as well. So yeah, weight loss, brain health as well, new cells, neurogenesis, neuroplasticity is better. You're more alert as well. That's one thing you may notice. Not just that too. There's also the phrase longevity. No, the word called longevity, which is really talking about your life, man. You're able to live longer. If you eat less, you'll be able to live longer. That's the thing. So that helps too. And considering the fact that when you allow the body to repair, yes, it makes sense. You will be able to live longer because you're repairing yourself at a constant basis, man. As I said, bros may do it once a week. Some bros may do it at certain times, at a frequent basis, like every 2 weeks or maybe even once a month at some time. Well, every bro with the portion that they're given to do so, because bros work as well, so it can be a hard thing to fast while on the job, which it can be quite a challenge. But every bro with the portion of what they do. So yeah, there's that. There's the benefits: weight loss, healing, cellular repair, brain health, longevity, obviously cancer prevention as well. Because cancer is just the accumulation of, it's just the when cells keep dividing uncontrollably, as you fast, that kills the cancer. So that's part of the cellular repair as well. So yeah, there's cancer prevention. Bones get stronger as well. You may not know it, but they actually do get stronger. Oh, and also when you allow the body to rest, it resets all the mechanisms within the body, such as a protein synthesis. So certain brothers that may wanna. This is why. This is actually something all through the spirit of Yahbashim Yashai. This is why when people go to the gym, they grow for a little bit. They think that okay, yeah, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna keep eating. But ideally, what they're supposed to do is eat and then have a certain portion of time where they actually rest, let the body rest, as well as recover, man. That could be through fasting or literally not working out. And that will reset the protein synthesis function, which is just the processing of protein in order to repair your muscles, in order to be more optimized, man. So therefore, whatever nutrient dense food you're eating, you'll be better able to use the nutrients to build up muscle as you recover, man. But if you don't really recover well, sleep well, then you're gonna get into that plateau, man. So people think that after 1-2 years of lifting, you ain't gonna be able to flip in build muscle anymore. But what they haven't tried is actually fast in order to be able to heal and then build, heal and then build. Build within the few weeks, then maybe the last week of the month, you then recover, and you do it again and again and again and again, man. But that's really the point right there. Let me read this precept. I'm gonna close out. So Psalms 35 and 13. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled my soul with fasting, and my prayer returned into mine own bosom. So of course the point is fasting humbles the soul, man. Because as I said before, as you're not feeding the flesh will weaken, Yeah, you look weak in appearance, but in the spirit, you're actually stronger. You know, that's why you gain. Certain people say you gain certain abilities after the fast, man, which is a more heightened intuition, which is really just your spirit being more stronger, man. You know, certain things are just it's just better for you in the spirit. You know, when you fast. Now, of course, as I mentioned as well, don't be over righteous with it where you overdo it, but you know there are benefits to having the balance of eating and then fasting as well. So each brother with the portion that they're giving, man. I think if there's any other benefits of fasting too. But yeah, that's the key, really. Being able to repair yourself. Autophagy. Weight loss. I think there was another one as well. It improves heart health as well because it lowers down salt and correct cholesterol as well, and that helps to improve blood pressure. So people with high blood pressure, they ought to actually start fasting as well. That will help to reduce and manage the blood pressure, man. And yeah, so that's really the point, Akim. Yara Tazar, that you're edified. You understood the video. So I'll say this: Shalom, Kahala Limla, Yahaba Shem Yashab Shem Kodash, and double on Instagram on the boss, great millstone apostles, and Thade Yahushai for the strength and all to make this video. And once more, Yahweh Shem Yahushai Barakatham, which means Yahweh and Yahweh through Yahushai, Yahweh in the name of Yahushai, bless you. So that's what Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai means. So Shalom.